Evening and welcome. This is try number 3. This is try number 3. Good evening and welcome. This is Sheila Balgobin, and I am the Dream Decipherer, and I help you to crack the code of your sleep and dreams so you can sleep sound and dream deep. I don't know what Facebook is doing. I don't know what's going on. But I'm hoping try number 3 will actually be successful. This is absolutely mad, but never mind. Today I'm going to, for the third time, look at how sleep deprivation will impact our relationships, and more than just the obvious reasons of feeling ratty and having a crappy attitude when dealing with our nearest and dearest. Sleep deprivation can actually affect both sexual arousal and sexual function in men and women, resulting in less pleasurable and less frequent sex. For men, sleep deprivation actually lowers their testosterone levels. And a study found that after just 1 week of sleep of less than 5 hours a night sent testosterone levels in healthy young men plummeting some 10 to 15%. And there's also growing evidence to indicate that too little or too much sleep may actually be reducing men's fertility and is strongly linked to erectile dysfunction. So, gentlemen, if you're trying for children, getting some sleep will help ensure that you're able to indulge in activities that will get you pregnant. For women, sleep also lowers their testosterone levels. And remember, women produce testosterone just as men produce estrogen, but in much lesser quantities. But that testosterone that women do produce is vital with regard to female sex drives. Less testosterone actually reduces women's physical desire and arousal, and even after one night of poor sleep. And interestingly enough, if you do get sufficient amount of sleep, that your arousal levels are higher the next day. Scientists believe that the reason for this is that the effects of sleeplessness takes place on the frontal lobe of the brain, or the neocortex, where our higher functions of reasoning, assessing risk, managing our inhibitions, and making complex judgment calls actually take place. So when we're not sleeping well, we're not making good judgments. And interestingly enough, one study actually found that it is harder for couples to actually be able to read each other's interest in sex. And one study showed that when sleep deprived, men were more likely to misread a partner's interest in sex than usual, more than usual, if you can imagine that. But never mind. There are also other things that are impacted in terms of personal relationships during sleeplessness, which but that can vary from couple to couple and person to person. Now, there's a slightly different tack that you can take with regard to poor sleep and your personal relationships, and that's actually looking at your bedroom, looking at the place where it all begins. And there are certain things, simple things that you can do that can actually improve your ability to sleep. And I'll share a couple of those with you tonight. The first is ditch the technology, people. And I know I can hear the screams from from here as people hear me say that. But especially at this moment in time where online communication has actually become a lifeline for many people. But having it is one thing, having it in your bedroom is really not a good idea. And for various reasons. The first and most important reason is because you can't leave your phone alone. There are people who, when they wake up in the morning, they turn to their phone instead of to their partner first. There's something wrong with that, I think. Now, all that technology in your bedroom, your TV, your smartphone, your tablet, your your computer, all of that needs to go. It really needs to be at least one room away. And if you can, turn the Wi-Fi off at night because baby monitors aren't good either. They're not healthy for young children whose brains are still forming. But all of that technology in the bedroom, not only the blue light prevents the production of melatonin and serotonin, which are very important sleep hormones, they're inhibited by all of the blue light from our technology, but also other important hormones such as ghrelin, which controls our appetite, and um, leptin, which controls how much fat we lay down in our bodies, insulin. All of these things take place at night at the deepest levels of sleep. So if you're not getting sufficient levels of sleep, you are impacting all of your body symptoms, and the result is poor relationships in general, but a poor relationship with yourself. One thing that you can do that's very simple is to, well, maybe not so simple, is to actually develop a new routine. Develop a routine that will train your brain and your body to relax and start to unwind so that you can go to sleep. Now, it could be taking a warm bath, not a hot bath that can be too stimulating. A warm bath. Exercise can also at night can also be too stimulating, so avoid that. But doing things like meditation, listening to music, um, burning some aromatherapy oils or whatever it may be, but things that will, as I say, train the brain to, when you do it, it's like, oh, okay, it's time for me to start to slow down and get ready for sleep. Anything that we do for 21 days becomes a habit when it's done consistently. So to be able to develop a good sleep habit, you have to keep at it. And I understand that people who do shift work, that that's virtually impossible because of the nature of your work. I understand that. Your sleep patterns and your eating patterns and everything else will always be slightly out of kilter because we're day night by nature, not all hours every day, every week by nature. So develop that routine, whatever it might be, and what it might be, it differs for every person. And when I work with people, we work out together a routine that is sufficient for both of us. Sufficient in terms that I'm sure that you are getting what is tailored to your needs and your particular way of being, and that will be effective. So those are just a couple of things that you could look at with regard to what's going on in your bedroom and how you can sleep better. For individualized tips, contact me. You can leave me a message here in the comments. You can send me a personal message or email me. But book a complimentary slip into sleep session, and we'll look at exactly what's going on that's causing your poor sleep and find some simple but effective ways to be able to counteract those issues. Also, before I sign off this evening, I'd also like to invite you to send me your dreams. And the reason why I'm writing a new book, and it's going to be on dreams and dream interpretation, and I'm seeking dreams to add to my book. So if there's a dream that you'd like to discuss and have looked at, book a complimentary session. The link will be put up with this post, and you'll also get a free, well, not free, you'll get a free session, but you'll also get a made to order flower essence blend to help you to sleep better. Thanks so much for watching and listening. I hope this time, of the third time, this recording actually worked. I don't know what's going on. A bit weird with the technology today. But thanks again for hanging in there. Have a great evening and a great week to come, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.